Hey, NAMI students, welcome back. This is day 2 of our notes over the skeletal system. So let's talk about the facts about the skeletal system a little bit, how we get 206 bones, where those 206 bones come from. So if you add up all my numbers today, it'll add up to 206. We break the skeleton down into 2 basic parts. The axial, which I'll show you on the whole skeleton in a minute. I'm going to do another video here in just a second. And there's 80 bones in the axial skeleton, your torso, your upright axis, and there's 126 that attach to that torso, which is called the appendicular. Okay, so let's kind of just jump right in. So the skull has 28 bones total. There's 8 in the cranium, which houses your brain. Here's I feel like Macbeth holding the skull, but you got your cranial bones, cranium. Your facial bones that form the face. Okay, there's 14 of them there, and then there's 6 bones in your ear, 3 in each ear. So if you add those up, obviously that's 28 bones. Okay. The spinal column, and again, I'm going to go over these individually in notes tomorrow, but the spinal column has 26 bones total. There's 7 bones in your upper neck, your cervical. And we just number them. We don't have individual names, thank goodness. So the first 7 bones in your spine are the cervical, the middle of your back, the thoracic, there's 12. There's 5 lumbar in your lower back. And then there's a sacrum and a coccyx, and I'll show you all this stuff in just in the next video today. The sacrum is actually 5 bones fused together. It sounds funny to say this, but forms your butt bone, basically. And then the coccyx, your tailbone, which if you ever hit that really hard, you know it's there, right? So if you add up all those, 7, 12, 5, 1, 1, that's how you get 26, okay? The sternum and ribs, the sternum is your chest. There's a bone right here we push on for CPR. There's one of those. The first 7 ribs are called the true ribs. The last 5 are called the false ribs. And then there's 2 that come partially around. They don't connect in the front. Those are called floating. Now, this is confusing. They're also false ribs. Okay, so we'll go over that more later. And then you have this bone that comes around the front. I'll show you that on this skull or skeleton in a minute. That's called the hyoid. So if you add up all these bones, 28, 26, 25, and 1, that's how we get 80 bones in the axial skeleton. Okay. The appendicular has 126 bones total. That's the things that attach. There's actually more bones there. And we split that into upper and lower extremities. The upper extremity, there's 64. The lower extremity, there's 2 less, 62. The clavicle is your collarbone. There's 2. Scapula, there's 2. That's your shoulder blade. Your humerus, that's your upper arm. There's 2 there. Radius and ulna, your lower arm. That's 2. Carpals are your wrist. There's 16. We'll go through all those individually. Metacarpals are the bones of your hand. 5 in each hand. And then your phalanges, your toes and fingers are the same. Your thumb has 2 bones. Okay. The 4 fingers have 3. And we just call those distal, middle, and proximal. We'll go over that more later. Okay. Toes are the same way down here at the bottom. Lower extremity, there's 62 bones. Okay. 2 in the hip, which we call the innominate and ossa coxa. The femur has 2. The patella has 2. That's your kneecap. Tibia and fibula, your lower leg, is 2 each. There's 2 less in your ankle than your wrist. There's 14 there. Metatarsals are your bones of your foot, and phalanges are your toes, which are exactly the same as your fingers. Okay. Now you can check my math. If you add up all these numbers, that's how we get 206 bones in the human skeleton. Okay. Luckily, there's not 206 names, but we will go through all those individually as we go through each diagram. All right. This is kind of a short video. I'm going to stop it here because I'm going to change cameras and I'm going to go over the big skeleton. So I'm going to change views a little bit. Last time I tried that, I lost all the first part of my notes. So this is a take 2. I see why Hollywood does several takes to get it right. So I'm going to switch over and basically we'll look at the whole skeleton today, and maybe then we'll do the hand and foot maybe tomorrow, and then the skull another day. Now remember, just a reminder, I put this on Google Classroom. You will take your test on Friday, not Wednesday. My rest of my class will do it Wednesday. We're a little bit behind in notes with you guys, so we're going to do ours on Friday. All right. So hang tight. I'm going to stop this video, switch over to one that says day 2, part 2, and we will do the whole skeleton here in just a second. So here we go. Let me stop this one.